Canales, who has over a decade of experience coaching in the NBA. Our starters for tonight: Isaiah Collier, DJ Wagner, Justin Edwards, Ron Holland, Sean Stewart for Team USA, Andre Stojakovic, Bay Fall, Mackenzie Mbako, London Johnson, Aiden Holloway for Team World, and the action is underway. Wagner to the bucket, off for the first shot.
But right away, I love his aggression to the rim and a nice take from the top of the key. That's going to be his bread and butter throughout this ball game.
Edwards behind the back and is rejected at the height of his shot by Bay Fall, and that's something he brings to the table. Watch the defensive effort after the handles. Fall trailing the play.
Great job right there. Does a good job not giving the play, but you see Collier, right place, right time, attacks the basket, gets to the free throw line. He's probably the most polished guy that we have here in the senior class on this USA team. Did a great job of leading this team to another state championship this year down in Georgia.
Yeah, the Morgan Wooten National Player of the Year, the Gatorade Player of the Year in Georgia as well. I mean, he is just a walking bucket. He gets in spots at any point. But the one thing that I feel like needs improvement is the free throws.
5 for 12 from the free throw line in McDonald's All-American game. Remember, he missed the last 2 free throws that would have put his team up by 1. Instead, they had to go for 3 late. There's the steal, and there's Collier.
And then you see USA putting the pressure on, turning them over again. The World team giving it up, and Collier put the dunk right there.
So a quick 3-0 lead from Team USA.
But that's so smart, the way he was able to turn him, knowing that he had help on the other side as well. Easy pick.
Team USA applying the pressure. Bay Fall free under the basket. They don't get it to him. And Mbako, strong take. He'll head to the free throw line. We should note on the international side, Mackenzie Mbako, London Johnson, both in the starting lineup, played in a Nike Hoop Summit last year. And the thing is, on the international side, you can do that. You can only play as a senior in high school on the American side.
You guys can see Mbako at Duke next year. He'll also be playing in front of the Cameron Crazies. Not a bad place to step up and get buckets in.
Yeah, no bias there whatsoever for me, Bruce.
No bias, no bias.
I thought it was really cool, too. Just like, of course, every person has worked hard to get on this floor, but still with a lot to prove. He said he wants to show scouts and everyone else that he can get downhill. We see him right away finding ways to score in the paint.
Wagner and Collier in the backcourt from Team USA. They were co-MVPs in McDonald's All-American game. The take in the late whistle, that was Ron Holland getting to the basket. And there you go, Collier, Wagner. Again, McDonald's All-Americans, co-MVP. Now, they're teammates in this one. That shows you how much talent on both sides here.
Talked about just being the first third generation that we saw in the McDonald's All-America game. I thought it was cool, too, that his dad actually played with LeBron James, who was sitting just a couple of feet away from us.
Holland headed to Texas next year. His comps, Jonathan Kuminga and Jaden McDaniels out in Minnesota. Those are the 2 players they say he is most like. Highly explosive and a defensive monster.
Yeah, very, very athletic, gets up and down the floor, high riser. His jump shot's gotten better and better, and pretty good IQ as well.
Team World still looking for their first bucket. Down 5-1. We'll have our first substitution of the game. Checking in for Team USA, Jacoby Walter. And we were saying on the international side, Coach Caleb Canales and his experience in the NBA. He's an assistant coach, Damian Lillard here, the Portland Trail Blazers. Spent some time with the Knicks and also with the Mavs and the Pacers.
He's coached in the NBA for 17 years. He's very well known as far as what he's been able to do with international basketball, but he mentioned just the magnitude of this event and being excited for it, just like the players are. He said every year is different. And for him, he's just excited to be a part of it and be able to impact these players and see them shine on the next level as well.
Holloway to Stojakovic. Andre Stojakovic first shot off, but there is Bay Fall, the first make for Team World.
Bay Fall is from Senegal, going to Arkansas next year.
And there it is. DJ Wagner can fill it up.
I mean, he's only the #2 player in his class, the #1 guard in his class at this point. He has been unstoppable. It's been really fun watching him dominate in high school.
Johnson gets the rebound. Holloway back out to Johnson. No space. Puts it up, though.
Kind of had a little bit of contact in the back as well. That's going to be called on the next level.
Collier. Fouled on the play. And they call that on Johnson.
Did you see how he creates a space for himself? Just the quick in and out move that really for the defender, they had to bite on it because he's so solid getting to the rim. It's those type of explosive moves to the rim that makes him so solid in this game.
They were trying to decipher whether or not he was going to go to the free throw line or take it out of bounds. They're taking it side out of bounds.
Okay.
Omaha Baloo checks into the game. He also played for the international team last year, playing for Team USA today. Baloo will head to Iowa State.
Talked about the history of this game and just how cool it is to be able to step on this floor. Booz, you were able to do it as well. What's going through your mind at this point when you're able to represent? You've been here.
Yeah, it's just so much excitement, man. Get a chance to represent USA across your chest while you're in high school. I was able to do so when we went to Japan when I was 16 years old. Just a huge honor. As you see these two going back and forth and battling right now.
Johnson gets the steal. Baloo turns it over in the backcourt. Check it out again. And that's something that Coach Canales said, that, hey, we're going to have to play defense. We're going to have to defend and make sure that Team USA doesn't just get up and down the court on us. And there's Bronny James checking into the game. We know he can shoot from outside. All eyes on Bronny James and his dad, LeBron James. Booz, again, how proud are you as a dad? I know you always want your kids to hoop, right? But then to make it to this point, I know we got to point out your son, a sophomore, National Player of the Year, regardless of class. So you understand what it's like.
Yeah, I'm super proud of all my kids. You know, Carmani, Cameron, Caden as well. Both of those sophomore twins won the national championship just so we could go in Atlanta down at Morehouse. And they're working their butts off, man. They do a great job of putting the time in. And that's what's so awesome about this is you see like DJ Wagner, who's the son of Wani Wagner. I played with him in Cleveland. LeBron's son is here as well, Bronny. And then also Sean Stewart. I played with also Yogi Stewart in Cleveland. So just to see all these kids have spotlights on them, they take on that every day. They live in a different landscape where there's social media and so many platforms and like NBA level coverage, and they're in high school. So for them to have this kind of success, we applaud the kids because they're taking it on every day.
And NBA level money, I feel like, with these new NIL deals that everybody is talking about and reaping the benefits of as well. I think it grows the game. I think it's really cool, and hopefully too, I mean, we know that the NBA is going to be there, but will that be able to also keep the guys there that may not have a higher draft pick to continue to grow the game on the collegiate level?
No, it's a great conversation to have. You think about guys that are in college now. As you see Jerry McCain with the post move hook shot, he also will be at Duke
I
next
knew
year.
you were going to say it.
Is that the only thing you have
circled?
circled?
We got some guys coming. But talking about NIL, you see some of these college guys coming back to school because they may be second-round picks or they may not be on the draft board at all. So you see a guy like Drew Timme at Gonzaga come back for his fifth year. You see a guy like Oscar Tshiebwe. And right here you see the post work by Jared McCain, San Diego native hook shot. That's nice.
You know, Jared McCain an assist dime dropper, too. You remember in the McDonald's All-American game, those threes that Bronny hit, McCain was the one assisting. So don't overlook, a good pass makes a good shot.
And also, Jared McCain won the three-point contest in the McDonald's game as well.
I was going to say that. He's a pure shooter.
Yes.
And out of bounds on Andre Stojakovic as the theme of second-generation players. You know, his dad, Peja Stojakovic. Andre Stojakovic can certainly shoot the ball.
Peja is also here. I just got done talking to him a little bit ago. I mean, this Peja was so dynamic because he was 6'10" with a wet ball, terrific basketball player for the Sacramento Kings. And his son is not too far off.
Team USA up 11-4. And contact right in front of us. The foul called on Eric Daler. And there's Peja Stojakovic. Boosh, you know, he still has his hair, man.
He looked good. I lost mine a long time ago, but he looked good. He looked good.
Team USA up 11-4.
All right, thanks, guys. Here with Michaela. Take our fans through how well you felt playing today.
It started a little slow that first quarter and that first half completely, but then as my teammates started feeding me the ball, I executed and just started hitting shots.
Take us through that defense y'all played in the second half with that press, getting steals and getting out and running, getting easy opportunities.
Right, we had to switch it up. We were getting a little beat in the first half, so we switched it up. We were more disciplined and we executed again.
And then in the second half, you started knocking down threes. Take me through that.
All the reps I put in, they finally paying off.
Finally playing off?
Finally, yes, sir.
Are you excited about getting to your champion down at LSU?
Extremely. I get to play under Coach Mulkey. I get to learn from all my new teammates, so I'm extremely excited.
Well, I appreciate your game. Keep doing what you do.
Thank you.
All right, guys. Michaela played a big-time game tonight. Back over to you.
I know that's right.
22 points, 6 for 7 from three-point range, 8 for 13 from the field. The rich get richer. LSU, the reigning national champions, going to get the player of the year, who obviously, no sweat either, right, Angel? We're
No
like,
sweat.
She's not sweating here,
I mean,
leading the game in scoring.
Made it look easy. But we talked about in the last game, the women's game continues to grow. The NCAA numbers, the 9.9 million viewers, it peaked at 12 million. The most views for a men or women's college event. This game continues to grow, and it's exciting just to watch it and witness.
McCain rejected by Bay Fall.
That should count for like 3 blocks.
Well, he's had 2 impressive ones already. M'Baku will head to the line. Here's a block party. Bay Fall throwing it for all involved.
McCain gets in there, scoops it up, but Bay Fall out of nowhere with the block. Great job protecting the rim right there.
No second guess going in there again. I can guarantee you that.
If you are Team World head coach Canales, and he said, if we hold our own on defense, the offense will come. Now, they had just 4 points 6 minutes into the first quarter, and now look at that.
You hear the applause for Jackson Shistad, local kid, Oregon, going to Oregon, right here in Portland, Oregon. He just checked in the game. Kid's a very good point guard, can handle the ball, can play make, and can really score the ball. So as he committed to the University of Oregon, he's a hometown hero right here.
Yeah, absolutely. At a Wesleyan High School, but I think it's also cool too, his relationship with Peyton Pritchard at Boston right now, and that's his workout buddy, and he's always mentioned just like a couple of things that he's done, but also another player that's from Oregon and went to Oregon as well.
I see the green kicks. So the Celtics connection, Oregon connection, all of it there.
Yeah, right there.
M'Baku smothered, trying to get the entry pass in. He finds Holloway, and Team World will head back to the free throw line where they've been making a living.
This pass, though.
Yeah, great job. They had him trapped in the corner, did a great job of cutting to the basket, found him with the perfect bounce pass right there. Now he's going to the free throw line.
So there's Reese Arche, who we told you he is a projected top 5 pick in the 2024 NBA draft. All the scouts, all eyes on him in practice this week. Let's see what he can do against this high-level competition.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing him play against some of the top seniors that we have in high school basketball. He's also 17 years old, so looking forward to seeing what he can do tonight in this game.
Along with the great shooting, the scouting report says a long wing defender. And you see his size. He's matched up against Bronny James. Tall task.
You see the world team trying to pick up full court now to add some pressure to the USA team.
1 point game. They were down by as much as 6. Turnover. Team World could take their first lead. Eight seconds on the shot clock. Staggering defense by Team USA, forcing a turnover. Bronny James on the break.
Great job right there, shielding his body, using his shoulder, getting into the defender, and putting it soft on the glass.
You mentioned the soft touch, the most impressive part of his game. Blake Buchanan checking in the game for Team USA, headed to UVA next season.
Talk about Bronny being undeclared. Well, in Portland, Oregon, and he's playing for 3 different teams that are right now on his list with Oregon, Ohio State, and USC. So he's got a couple of teammates on this roster right now that are doing everything in their power to say, hey, you should come play with us.
You mentioned it, the crowd goes wild for Jackson Shosted, a local product, and then Bronny James, the steal and the bucket. Team USA up 7 quickly. Another steal. Caliente, a 10-point lead. Bronny Shosted loving it. 7 steals for Team USA, pleasing the crowd here in the first quarter, under 4 minutes.
That was a flurry right there. Turned him over, got buckets after bucket, did a good job of sharing the ball, knocking down shots. Fun to watch.
I mean, you talk about the plus minus on the collegiate level. You think about the impact of a player when they come on the floor, who gets better. This team went through the roof. As soon as he stepped on the floor, you got the crowd behind you, everyone cheering for him, the hometown kid. But I like the fact that we have not even seen the world team get the ball across half court. Like, it starts on the defensive end. So, yes, we know they can score, but their input or impact on the defensive end out of the gate has been impressive.
Angel, you make a great point that Coach Steve Turner for Team USA was saying, hey, we want what happened in a McDonald's All-American defense and hard play for an all-star game, an exhibition game. That's what we want. We don't want a game where guys are just out here having fun. And you see that from the onset. What's happening right now? 9-0 run from Team USA, and it has been all defense leading to it.
Listen, this isn't just an all-star game. You're playing with a country across your chest. So it's a little bit bigger. It's bigger than you, and just playing together and how you compete together, that's what it comes down to.
7 steals for Team USA. Ron Holland has 4 of them.
Yeah, he's a defensive monster. He can guard so many positions. Does a great job in the passing lanes as well.
And there he is. That won't count for a steal, but he absolutely forced that turnover.
Top 5 player in his class. I know Rodney Terry down in Texas is like, yep, I'm excited he's coming to be on my roster, but just a player that just knows how to get things done on both ends. Really happy for Rodney Terry, too, being named the head coach down at Texas.
So well deserved. They had a great season. He took that program over, and the kids believed in him.
Absolutely. And that's the hardest part, just the buy-in. We can definitely get somewhere with him and the interim head coach.
Ricochet to the basket, kicks it out to Tui, and it's a turnover.
How many empty possessions has the world team had?
Can't get a shot up.
They just seem not only disheveled, but rushed.
They're doing an excellent job defensively, but there's 20 points on the board because of their turnovers.
Right.
And for our listeners out there, these teams flew in early this week. Some of the world guys were here Sunday, as early as Sunday. A lot of the American USA team got here as early as Tuesday and Wednesday. They've been practicing all week getting ready for this game.
Ricochet on the floor. The hustle is there.
You think it means something, Boost?
It means something. They're going all out right now. Very few times you get a chance to wear your USA across your chest or the world team across your chest. They're going, this is a loose ball right here. Ricochet dives for it. You see Jared McCain came out of nowhere, goes for it as well. These guys are going all out.
Holland tosses it up as the shot clock was winding down. The coaching staff making sure he understood that there was no time left on the shot clock. Turnover for Team USA. Johnson on the 2 high screens, smothered. Holland whistled for the foul.
I thought that might have been a travel right there, but good job right there on the referee's part. He saw a foul, called it, but I thought Holland was in a pretty good position.
He'll head to the free throw line. So London Johnson in the Nike Hoop Summit last year was 1 for 6 from the field, 14 minutes off the bench. And he said it was such an incredible experience because he realized how much of his game he had to work on.
Yeah, but that's part of the process, right? You want to be a player that feels like you can always get better. And a lot of these guys are all here for that reason. They got in the lab. They have parents that watch over them. You know, as you see here, we're talking about LeBron James being here, but Savannah James is also here supporting her son. They got the family here. I think about Cece back home, and my boys doing the same thing. It takes a village to raise these kids and to get them in the position that they're in, even though the kids deserve all the credit.
Thought it was interesting too. Wagner pulls up. That's an easy bucket, right? I mean, the fadeaway is just really easy for him, but they show LeBron, everyone's cheering, and then pan the crowd a little bit. They stop on Draymond, and boos come out of nowhere.
But Draymond loves to be that villain.
I know.
Johnson off the glass too hard. Buchanan secures loose ball. Under 2 to go here in the first quarter. And the finish above the rim from Ron Holland. We've seen the defensive effort. There he is showing off what he can do on offense.
Yeah, we talked about him being a supreme athlete. You see him going above the rim and getting up there and then finishing at home right here as Team USA takes it to even bigger lead as they go up by 12.
Buchanan with the block. That's his calling card. Wagner, just a bit left. Johnson, too strong. Missy on the rebound. Now check out Holland once again. The strength and the athleticism.
They're going to love him down in Texas next year.
Eves Missy, one of 3 players here at the Nike Hoop Summit from Prolific Prep. And there's Draymond. And you saw him earlier today, Angel.
I did, and he was hogging the Peloton bike. I was a little upset about that, but, you know, I'm happy to see that, you know, as you alluded to, Booz, that when you're an athlete, when you're an elite athlete, you're always looking to find some ways to stay in shape, but I guess I'll go in later for a little workout.
you might have been annoyed, but Steve Kerr loves to hear that.
Absolutely, as the Warriors take on the Trailblazers tomorrow here in Portland. NBA playoffs on the way.
Oh, man. It's the best time of the year.
Schilstead off. Wahoo Wah. Lake Buchanan. 14-point lead for Team USA.
The Idaho Gatorade Player of the Year going to Virginia. Tony Bennett, congratulations.
Alex Tui, tough take. Shot clock off. Holland gets the shot up. Team World will get another opportunity. Under 10 seconds to go.
Yeah, I know they saw the momentum coming at that time, but they could have held for the last shot of this quarter.
Holloway takes the last shot.
Oh!
By Holland. 4 steals, a monster dunk.
All right, welcome back to the Nike Hoop Summer here in Portland, Oregon, here with the head coach of the Golden State Warriors, Steve Kerr. Steve, when you're watching this young talent out here, how do you evaluate it?
It's just, it blows me away how gifted these guys are at such a young age. And it's, you know, they're the future of the NBA. These guys are all coming, so it's fun to get a look at them.
With the way the league is, the new collective bargaining agreement come out, isn't it kind of good to get to know some of this young talent early and who they are?
Not really my job, you know. I just coach the guys that are on our roster, but, you know, we got scouts here. We've got a lot of people with our organization who are keeping an eye on all these guys and as they grow and they get closer to the league.
Speaking of that, you have scouts that go overseas, all of these young men from so many different countries. How big is that?
It's awesome, you know, to see how global the game has really become. And there are just so many great stories and so much talent from all over the world. It's made a huge difference in the NBA.
All right, appreciate you. Good luck tomorrow night.
Thanks, Dennis. Appreciate it.
All right, guys, the good Steve Kerr took some time with us.
As always, a great job from our guy, the Orlando Magic Hall of Famer himself.
Oh, yeah.
The Georgia Tech Hall of Famer, 3D.
His walk back to his seat changed after you mentioned all of his accolades a little bit.
He picked up his pace a little bit, didn't he? He picked up his pace a little bit.
I should say a guy that hit 11 threes in an NBA game. We can keep going. One of the DMV's finest, 3D.
Keep going. I like it. I like it.
A street ball legend who scored over 60 in a game that every time I went out anywhere in D.C., you know 3D scored 60 in a game.
I know my son Trey's watching. He said, Dad, don't forget to tell everyone, you was Naismith Player of the Year back in 1987. I said, son, I'm telling my age now.
Yeah, wait a minute. What month?
Let him know, 3D.
I'm pretty sure that was before Angel was born. I'm pretty sure.
More than likely.
12-point game.
Thank you.
9 minutes to go. And Team World looking to get together on offense and get some momentum going. Aiden Holloway. Top. Throw it down, big fella. Michael Wacko headed to the University of Miami.
The real Larinaga. I love Jim Larinaga and everything he's been able to do. They were in the Final Four.
Team World had one made field goal in the first quarter, so this exactly what the doctor ordered.
Yeah, Coach L's gonna love him down in Miami. They had a hell of a season this year. Got to the Final Four. I think we went to the Elite Eight last year. Building a great program down there in Miami.
Jim said, I love him because he's a versatile big with great size. And you can add that especially to a roster that was lacking that a few years ago. Just 2 years ago, they had players, I think they had more people out than in as far as injuries. And he said, we don't have a lot of depth in our front court, so he's excited about what he can get on the inside from him.
Absolutely. Big North Shadow Mir holding it down in the paint for the U right now.
Team USA now with 5 turnovers. So Team World getting the job done defensively. Mbako hits the 3. And all of a sudden we got a 7-point game. The offense starting to flow here for Team World.
We know, Booze, Cameron Crazies are gonna be going crazy.
They're gonna love him and Cameron.
Collier, mid-range
Collier right there,
game.
come right back with the pull-up jumper right there. Very polished point guard right there.
So a lot of people have said that they remind him of Jason Kidd, just how he's a playmaker, how he's able to score as well. But first, like, what do you think about that as a comparison?
I look at him as more of like a Derrick Henry for the Tennessee Titans playing basketball. He's like 6'4", 240, got great speed, handle, great vision. He plays to win. I love his demeanor on the court, very poised. I feel like he's the guy on this court that's the most NBA ready.
The feed inside Holland with the offensive foul. That was clear as day. Bacco showing off the outside touch, tearing the lid off for Team World, and they needed that to go down. We have a 7-point game now, 7 minutes to go here in the second quarter. We should also point out that Rishache scored his first bucket. A lot of eyes on him.
Well, he definitely caught our eye in their practice yesterday, and we mentioned it, Booze. He went for about 3 minutes where he didn't miss a shot. And we're not talking about layups. We're not talking about mid-range. We're talking about deep threes.
Very impressive in practice yesterday. I want them to get him the ball a little bit more so I can see what he can do offensively. But the Team USA is putting so much pressure on these guards, they can't find him.
Right.
Kudos to Team World staying in this one when they made a single field goal in the first quarter. They've clawed their way back into this.
Yeah, you see them attacking the glass now. They got an alley-oop earlier. They're going to the basket, doing a better job breaking the press right now, playing together as a team.
13 for 17 from the free throw line.
Staying in the game. Six-point game right now.
7 minutes to go in the second quarter. Collier, double team. Wagner, a walking bucket, can't get it to go. Buchanan fighting inside. Team World has tremendous size.
Yes, they do.
I think just to add on to that, too, it's just this is a team playing together. You can see the little dish there. They can't convert, but a lot of contact
like
underneath,
I said,
too.
Derrick Henry.
Hopefully, is he good enough?
Yeah, I think he's okay.
Okay, that's good.
Isaiah Carter just built like a brick house. You can see, not taking nothing from nobody, gets him a ball from him, and goes on to the next play. They're going to love him at USC next year. Word on the street is he's been recruiting Bronny James to come play in the backcourt with him.
It's a couple of people recruiting Bronny James.
Collier takes the contact and one. Looking like Derrick Henry on that. Through the contact and the finish. Touchdown there, Booze.
Great job right there using the contact. You see him here take the full court pressure, goes by his man, takes on the 7-footer and finishes it at the top of the rim. Does a great job right there seeking out the contact with the soft touch to put it up on the rim.
While he can be a very good playmaker, he can also be a one-man band and get to the bucket at ease.
Absolutely.
8 points now for Collier.
When you were taking this stage, what was going through your mind about what you wanted to be? I know you said you were talking about with it across your chest, but is it just stay within yourself? Talking to some coaches, they're like, don't play without or outside of what you've already done to get here. Like, what was going through your mind, Booze?
I was just excited. I was proud, but at the same time, I wanted to prove that I belonged. So I was trying to do some grizzly dunks, slap the glass a little bit, shoot some jump shots, and show my talent, but ultimately win the game. So I was honored to be a part of this.
Team World on a run, scoring in a flurry. Aiden Holloway, back-to-back three-pointers. We got a 2-point game. Gritty, what do you make of that evaluation when you see those numbers?
I think it's incredible. And obviously, Bronny James has the biggest name right now, the biggest image, of course, his likeness. Now, the question is, will he continue to work on his game? Yes, he will, because his dad's going to make sure he continues to work. And I think we all would agree, from his freshman year to now, he's gotten better and better every year with a big-time finish. Buchanan, watch your head.
Where is he on the NIL list? Because, I mean, he is a high flyer in this game so far. That's a second flush. I think you made a point, too, just his brother on the list as well, and he's just a sophomore in high school, so that's another thing to look at, like how in high school it's impacting the game.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I remember just before the college season started in college football, I remember one of the college coaches was like, listen, I'm going to need about $15 million just to shore up my offensive line. It's also changed the landscape of college basketball. As we talked about earlier, guys are coming back to school if they're going to be late second-round picks or what have you, because they can make more in college than they will in the NBA. And also, Angel, I was going to talk to you about the women's side of the game. Think about some of these stars in the women's side that can come back to school instead of going in the WNBA draft.
Oh, you mean like an Angel Reese that just, I mean, went through the roof? Let me hold some, Angel. Like, what? I mean, my goodness. Haley Van Lith hit the transfer portal this morning, and she's another millionaire that everyone talks about. We can go down the line looking at even Deja Kelly at UNC. Flage, I mean, she signed with Rock Nation. She can also spit that fire on the mic as well.
Yes,
so just as, I mean, with this game, it's not just the money that you get for name, image, and likeness, but it's also you stepping to the floor and knowing you got to take care of business. So you want to make sure that your party, your crew is right, because the people around you are going to impact you on how you need to spend that money. And I know a few dads over here as well with 3D understanding the importance of that.
Right. I think the biggest thing too for these kids, men and women, is your image off the floor,
Absolutely.
off the court, how you carry yourself, how you dress, all those type of things. I think these young women and men are doing that in a big time way in this new 20, 23, 24 and social media movement.
Tell you what, you see it's 7.3, 7.2. I was lucky to have $7.2 in my account when I was in college, so this is a different time. I'm a little jealous.
Great game between these two teams. A 2-point advantage for Team USA. Ronnie James shot the air ball last time out. Back-to-back air balls.
You talked about just staying close. This is a 2-point game for the world, for a crew that has not been together. USA, they have some of that continuity. They've seen each other on the just last week playing with one another. They had McDonald's All-American game, so this is very interesting to see this from the world and just how they've been able to come together quick.
Very physical on the perimeter. Both sides picking up full court and a lot of contact far away from the basket.
I think that's what's so awesome about the game. Everybody now is two-way players. You very rarely see specialists anymore. You see athletes out here that can do more than one thing. And a lot of these, if you're watching Roger get ready for the NBA playoffs, a lot of these teams, you're not going to have guys out there if they're not going to show up on the defensive end to help side defend, unless you're like 3D and you can knock down shots from anywhere on the court.
Yeah,
but
no one's like 3D.
For the most part, you got to be able to do more than one thing very well. And you see these high school guys and some of these world players able to play defense as well as score.
I'm glad you brought that up, because there's been a shift. And I'm going to go on record and say this. There was a point where I was like, these players just look too cool for school. You're showing up, you're walking slow, you think it's just a nice outside shot. There's work that goes into it. There's passion that goes into it as well. And it's two sides of the ball. So what we're seeing them growing offensively, but also on the defensive end, I love the trajectory in which we're seeing from both the men and the women's game.
Yeah, it's grown so much. I mean, they're so versatile. You're seeing, just in the women's game just a second ago, we saw them get steals, sharing the ball, just knocking down threes, doing
100
everything.
points.
Getting charges. Like, even in the women's national championship game, they had 101 points. That was incredible to me. So the game is in really good hands, guys.
I think for the world team, it was really cool hearing Coach Canales talking about, with the condensed time, they've had to learn how to play together through the scrimmages. So they've had 2 days, they scrimmage against one another, and you can see another triple going down.
Andre Stojakovic looking like his pops out there.
Shelstead for three, can't connect. The crowd favorite.
One more pass, and that corner would have been perfect.
Edwards from
But that counts
mid-range. Johnson attacking, way short. Edwards from the corner, too short. He gets his own rebound. The inside pass to Daly, and one. The stick-to-itiveness paying off for Team USA.
Twos and nice, threes even better. As you mentioned, just sticking with it, knowing how to track it off the run as well.
First points there for Daly Jr. And really, Team World had the opportunity to tie it up at the free throw line. Johnson missed 2 of them, and since then, it's been all Team USA.
Saw that explosiveness as well underneath. He's been working with his crew at the IMG Academy. This 4-star player talked about what he wanted to be, the lower body. He said, I want that power. He's been doing a lot of band work, lower body work as well, but just really working on the physical aspect of his game.
Holloway loses it. Bronny James with the steal. He's pushing the pace. McCain. Great pass to Edwards.
There you go.
Bronny, ball fake. Gets the look, but can't get it to drop. The post move. M'Baku hitting the glass, and he is your leading scorer. 12 points, 5 rebounds here in the first half. Outstanding.
I want to go back to M'Baku too. I know he's going to Duke, and I think it was really cool to even see how Duke has changed as far as how they've been able to deal with NIL as well. They have he has a new deal with G Fuel. That partnership with Rachel Baker, first of her kind, to be able to really help players that are transitioning to the collegiate level and help them navigate what NIL's deals to do. He said, I didn't understand the whole following aspect of things, but how she's been able to impact the program right away.
Yeah, Rachel Baker, just shout out to her. Used to be with Nike for a very long time. Duke hired her to basically take over NIL for the Duke players. She's done a phenomenal job with all the athletes that have come through there, the basketball program specifically, but does a great job of finding deals that fit the player, what they want to advertise, and also just helping push the game forward. You think about these athletes when they go to college. You go to a Duke, you go to UConn, you go to a school that has a huge following. You're going to these awesome meetings and these, with alumni who may be in business for later in life. So even if basketball doesn't work out forever, you can go right into business after your playing days are over.
Right.
And she helps with that.
And M'Baku with the air ball. Great perimeter defense there.
Because, Moose, to your point, we're seeing athletes just not being athletes anymore. They're businessmen and entrepreneurs and going and tapping into different things in Silicon Valley and their own businesses. I think that's really awesome that they're starting early.
Yeah, I do too. I think that's where everything is going. Like you're going to get a chance to mingle with, the upper echelons of business world and get a chance to do more than just play basketball, do stuff outside the lines. And that's part of the exciting. You saw some of the CBA rules that have changed where athletes will have a chance to be owners in some of the teams that they play for. So a lot of exciting times coming to basketball.
I mean, we're sitting next right now to LeBron James, who is now a billionaire as a player.
Absolutely.
We've seen that from Michael Jordan and what he's been able to do with his brand, his shoe brand, and everything, and all the ventures he has. But as a player, for LeBron to do that, it's really impressive.
There's your Duke guy.
There's so many scouts here. Great pass right there as you see Andre Stojakovic with the layup. Great dime right there by Holloway out of bounds. There's so many scouts here. Everybody's watching this game. We just got done having 3D talk to Steve Kerr. And you get a chance to play against great competition in an NBA platform, NBA arena. As you see Jackson with another 3, hometown favorite right there, knocking it down. I just think it's a great opportunity to be schemed, to be seen, to be scouted by the pros, and that's why you see so much success. As you see, they go for another steal right there.
Stojakovic inside to Holloway, just a little too strong. 15 seconds to go, shot clock off. Edwards to the rack. Nice soft finish.
Great job by Justin Edwards right there with the finish.
M'Baku, ball fake to the rack. Will go to the free throw line. Under 4 seconds to go. Incredible pace here in an 8-point game.
Yeah, they're going back and forth. Looking forward to seeing M'Baku with Mark Mitchell at Duke on campus next year.
Leading scorer in the game with 12 points, 7 for 8 from the free throw line. That's where he's made his living. And there it is. You see his foot. But hey, fumble on the play. He said he's a football player. His collier has that type of body. Absolutely. Got right up, Booze. Didn't affect him at all.
Absolutely.
Hey, that's Shaq and the Fool, guys.
Absolutely.
Hey, that's USA version of Shaq and the Fool.
Got a little too excited,
I know the
right?
president and the vice president of Shaq and the Fool now. Good hustle, good hustle. Oh, Zay, I love you to death, but you on Shaq and the Fool, baby.
I think it's the slide at the end that really puts it into the graphics hands, right?
Yes. Love the hustle, though. Love the hustle.
I think with 3.7. I'm just looking at the stat line too, and I know we don't have an updated stat, but what I want to see more of is from USA. It's very surprising that of the starters, there's only 3 assists and only 1 player has those assists in that starting group.
They're also 1 for 11 from three-point range. So kudos to the team defense from Team World. And there's also a huge discrepancy at the free throw line. Team World, 16 for 22 from the free throw line. Team USA, 6 for 8. And that's really what's kept them in the game. Team USA not connecting from long range.
Hey,
and Team World are knocking it down. They just scored 100 points in their game, so they're loving being here.
Yeah, the women's team put on a show for us here earlier just before this game. Fun to watch.
3D has been busy. I already talked to the MVP of that game with Michaela Williams going to LSU. Got to talk to Steve Kerr. That broadcast is just better when we have 3D on the call, right? Like,
Absolutely.
Who else can you get 3D? Is there anyone else you can get?
Of course. Come on, man. And could you feel Michaela's energy coming through the mic, how confident she was in her interview? Oh my goodness, I loved it.
I love it too.
Oh, man.
She's a star.
And her personality and her swagger, I can't wait to see where her valuation is going to be next year. Absolutely. Look at that. Come on, man. Her personality is just awesome.
So a turnover for Team USA. They're taking a look at the clock. There was 3.7. There's now 1.5. They got it right. So now Team World will have a second and a half to get off a desperation shot.
I must say the action needs to be more towards half court.
And not even, and second debris. So there you have it, 46-39 as we enter halftime. Team USA with the lead, 46-39. Standout players include Ron Holland, who has been everywhere defensively. And of course, Jackson Shellstead, who's provided the offense.
Yeah, absolutely. Great job. I thought everybody did a good job defensively, especially. I think the defense was a little bit ahead of the offense, which is what you want to see as a coach or coaches. You know, all these kids are going forward, so looking forward to seeing the second half.
Here's 3D with Team USA head coach Steve Turner.
All right, thanks, guys. Steve, talk about the defense there. I know you got a little frustrated with you guys down the stretch.
Well, early in the game, we did a great job of turning them over, setting up the tempo, but we got into some foul trouble. And then we started getting a little lazy and not getting back and giving up easy opportunities. As long as we get back on defense and stay in front, contain the dribblers, I feel like we'll be fine.
What's the biggest message you want to give these guys for the second half?
Man, finish the race. We started off strong. No letdowns right now. We got to finish the race and keep playing the game the right way.
Appreciate you.
But what to do in the second half, Booze? I don't know if you could eavesdrop on what he just said, but it looked like he was saying something about his footwork.
It's one of the great things about being here and having dads and moms pull up for you. They can help you at halftime and give you some tidbits of advice. And for right now, I love what Team USA is doing. They had a huge run. The world team came back, made a run as well, and now they go into halftime with a 7-point lead. So I'm looking forward to seeing what the adjustments might be for Team USA. Definitely looking forward to seeing what the advice was that LeBron gave him and see what Ronnie does out here on the court.
All right, let's check out some highlights from the first half. That's Aiden Holloway with multiple assists and big shots, and Baku hit the first outside shot for Team World. Then Bay Fall off. And Baku working inside, leading Team World with 13 points. On the other end, the hometown favorite, Booze, was going to work. Jackson Shellstead.
Just spectacular guard. Can knock down shots, cause havoc, knock down more, like 2 or 3 threes in that first half. Got the bench mob going for Team USA.
And there's Holloway rejected by Holland at the end of the first quarter. Holland was everywhere, on offense, on defense, attacking the rack.
I think that's what you have to have, the mentality coming into this game, is that it's not just about how I can impact offensively. But Steve Turner said, look, if you're going to be on this roster, you're going to have to play defense. And you heard what he told 3D at the half. He said, we have to make sure that we finish the race. Yes, he's been all over the floor, but how does everyone else come up and impact as well?
Team USA 2 for 12 from three-point range, and that's really kudos to Team World's defense, staggering on the perimeter. We look here to start the second half, 7-point game. And Team USA will have possession. It looks like the group that started for both teams started the first half will start the second half.
Another thing that we have to keep an eye out on is that we saw the change in the defensive schemes for Team USA when a couple of players got in foul trouble. They had 3 starters in the half with 2 fouls, and that's Edwards, Stewart, and Holland. So that's another thing. How are they going to be able to play knowing that they have those 2 attached coming into the second half?
Great pass from Collier to Holland, who gets the open look. Stewart inside, can't get the second attempt to go. World running the floor. Holloway between the legs to Johnson. Johnson in the paint, fade away. And the finish on the follow. So strong inside, Michael Wako.
That was bully ball. He just ripped the ball straight from Collier, which is no easy task.
Not at all. Coming right back, corner pocket.
Collier from mid-range, he can score at all levels.
Absolutely, just does a good job of attacking the basket, but also has a nice jump shot from deep as well.
10 points, leading Team USA in scoring. Stojakovic with some space. Waku's second opportunity can't drop either. Holland to the hole. Throws it underneath. But we'll head to the charity stripe.
Looking forward to seeing which team imposes their will here in the third quarter, guys.
Yeah, we know both teams too, like the coaches talk about dictating the pace. Okay, but what pace is beneficial right now for either, and what are we seeing? So we've seen a lot of slow pace at this point, a couple of fouls that have been called as well. So, I mean, also too, adjusting to the whistle. Like, how are the officials calling it? What are they going to do? Like, we haven't seen a lot of outside shots as well. So that really goes into how each team can play and what rhythm they're trying to find as well.
Yeah, that's a great point.
Team USA extends their lead to 9. Holloway takes the contact.
Woo!
And one. Aiden Holloway going to Auburn. Averaged 16 points on the Nike EYBL circuit.
With the
and
scoop.
you can see why.
That was a nice finish right there.
Bruce Pearl gonna love having that.
You think? Playing for Team CP3, talked about why he loved Chris Paul so much, what he brings. He said the leadership aspect was the most important thing to him and how he could be a better leader for his team too.
Yeah, I like that. Kids learning and getting a chance to apply it to their game. 12
points now for Holloway. Team World in a 2-3 zone, switching it up on defense. Edwards gets the open look and makes them pay immediately.
Me and 3D watched them practice this yesterday. We thought they were going to try to do this against Team USA, but you see Justin Edwards going to Kentucky next year, knocks down the big 3.
How about the #1 recruiting class going to Kentucky, period?
Johnson behind the back, clap. Mid-range again for Collier. Stewart, his second offensive rebound of the third quarter.
Sean Stewart attacking the glass right there.
It was cool talking to his parents too, obviously from Windermere, Florida, coming out of Montverde Academy. A couple of nice alums that played there, Kay Cunningham, Scotty Barnes, Joel Embiid, a couple of nice players you think that have been able to come out of the academy.
Absolutely.
But I think overall just talking to his parents as well, and they just speaking with them about the things that we don't see. And we just talked about the work ethic. He shows up, he said it has to be short term. Like, what is he seeing in front of him? This is what it's going to take, and understanding and believing in the process. You know, getting up, understanding you're not probably going to see it right away, but it's going to pay off on the back end. And so hearing from them and how much work he's put into his game to see him on this level, it's pretty inspiring.
Absolutely.
Collier remaining aggressive, a foul inside on the offense. fighting for the offensive rebound. They called it on Stewart, who has 2 offensive boards already. And you know what? If you're Steve Turner, you're okay with that. Johnson to Stojakovic. Cash money.
He like guided that one in there. That is not even phased.
Great job by Holloway attacking the basket and kicking it out to Andre Stojakovic for the 3 right there.
Wagner denied at the top by Mbaku, but they called contact on the play. Wagner just 4 points in the first half. We know he's able to heat it up.
As you see DJ right now knocking down these free throws, we just spotted Wani Wagner, played with him back in Cleveland. Phenomenal scorer himself. And DJ not far from the tree right there. Does a good job of getting buckets. One of the best one-on-one players they have in the class.
It's so funny, too, just when you see him off the court, he's so humble. We were able to speak to his mom just yesterday. He's like, I don't really like the attention. I like to show up and show out.
Speaking of which, Mbaku doing that right on cue. Get ready to see that at the next level. Mbaku going where again, Booze?
Blue Devils, baby.
Oh, gosh, please.
4-point game. Back at it again. Mbaku, your leading scorer with 18 points.
But I do want to credit what John Shire has been able to do at Duke, winning the tournament a year after the legendary Coach K retires and being able to be tossed the keys and take over a program. Like, he's been incredible in his first season.
Done a great job for the program. Obviously, Coach K, a titan of the game, retires, and Coach Shire goes undefeated at Cameron and wins the ACC tournament in his first year. Get those guys to start rolling. They got hot at the right time, got healthy at the right time, and it paid off.
Holland fighting inside, scrapping, and he'll head to the free throw line. And that's what he brings to the motor. Never goes down a notch. Backcourt substitution for Team USA. The hometown favorite, Jackson Shelstead, checks into the game, along with Jared McCain, another Duke prospect. And then Blake Buchanan, who's headed to UVA. Holland, 6 for 6 at the free throw line. He has 8 points, 5 rebounds, 5 assists on triple-double watch. Richache. The pass inside to Mbaku, and we see why Richache is regarded as a possible lottery pick in the 2024 draft.
That and, too, you got to credit what Mbaku was able to do without the ball. I mean, that shows you what you can be offensively when you can move without the ball, nowhere to be on the floor. So it can be an easy, nice pass.
Ooh, Stojakovic, pivot and pop.
Great footwork right there by Andre Stojakovic. Takes him to the middle, spins back, wide open as you see the corner 3 right here.
And we are tied at 58. Team World was down by 7 at the half.
It's really cool to just see how many people have the respect for the women's game because it's much deserved.
Blake Buchanan going off the glass at the free throw line to give Team USA the lead back. Now I say that, Team World tied this thing up at 58. They were down by as much as 14 and had never tied or led in this game.
Yeah, they fought back. I mean, they're making plays, they're playing together. Team USA still putting on the full court press, as you see right here, trying to turn them over, but they're doing a good job of finding Mbaku with the lob right there. Bang, bang.
Mbaku to Nwako, those two are outstanding and tie this game right back up.
I thought it was really interesting, too, what Coach Canales was telling us on our call. He said, listen, we know that we don't have a lot of chemistry together, but there's some intangibles. Like they're non-negotiables. You have to compete. You have to play defense. Well, that's no good, but you're looking at, he said, we have to make sure we peak on Saturday. We're seeing them play at their best at this point.
Back-to-back misses from long range. Team World can take their first lead of the game with a bucket here. Stojakovic with the handles, goes to the left, can't get it to drop. McCain, Michelstead. Mbaku to Morocco, trying to go at it again.
I feel like his head completely cleared the rim.
Yeah, he was up there.
All the way over the rim.
He was definitely up there.
A full gasp by the crowd. McCain to the bucket. Can't get a bucket.
They got numbers.
Team World has numbers. Stojakovic inside to Holloway. And a charge taken underneath the basket by Jacoby Walter on Stojakovic.
USA actually very fortunate in that situation. That was a 4-on-1 opportunity. Just one too many steps, great placement, and great defensive effort by Walter, because that could have been an easy 2.
15 turnovers now for Team World. Block and foul called on Richachet. Holland will go to the line where he has been unblemished. Perfect 6 for 6.
Did you jinx him?
That's the broadcaster's jinx. Happens 1,000% of the time. Shouldn't have did it.
That's why you have to wait after the second one. Just see how everything fills out. You know? Read the room, Chris.
Checking in the game, Miro Little, who's headed to Baylor next season. Played in Finland before coming to America, playing high school ball in Kansas.
Said he had a couple of things that he wanted to be better at when he's coming into this game. He said, I want to be sharp with the ball and really trying to improve in his pick and roll.
Little against Buchanan, body to body. Miro is short. Buchanan, a stalwart on defense, gets the loose ball as well. McCain in transition. Jump ball. Incredible effort on both ends there.
Yeah, they're competing out here, guys. They're trying to get the ball. They're trying to make plays for each other. That was a terrific job of tying the ball up when Jared McCain drove to the basket right there.
Richachet with space. Holloway got hot in the first half. Kicks it to Johnson. No. Holland fouled again by Richachet. So right now, you want to hear the stat line on Holland? 9 points, 6 rebounds, 5 assists, 5 steals.
He's been all over the court, causing havoc defensively. Made some big plays offensively, especially in the first half, and you see him going to the free throw line over and over again. He's hard to guard.
Bronny James set to check back into the game. To be his first action of the second half.
You read Holland's stat line, and I immediately thought about USA for the women and their head coach, Sue Phillips. And she talked about if you're going to put up a certain amount of points, you have to put a check in every other box. And for him to have that type of level and balance in his game, I think she'd love that.
Absolutely, her type of player. Holland will get a much-needed rest. You can hear the crowd. They're waiting to see Bronny play. Johnson to the hole. Angel, I don't know if you're a big fan of plus minus.
I like it.
And what players bring to the table. But Team USA plus 14 when Bronny is on the floor.
I'll tell you what, back in the day when I played it, my coach told me plus minus. I was like, what are you talking about? Like, how many points do we have? What's going on? But it is important when you can see your impact. And plus 14, you're doing all the other things right. You may not be scoring, but your team is trending in the right direction, whether it be an assist, whether it be how they were able to steal. They had like 4 consecutive steals at one point to start the game. Now, I know that's a difference also, too, in how they were pressing, but when Bronny's on the floor, it's a different type of energy.
Yeah, he's a terrific defensive player. So when he checked in the game in the first half earlier, they made 3 or 4 steals right away. Jackson made a bunch of threes. Oh, as you see Collar right there, take it to the basket full speed.
When you say full speed, he came past us like a top-tier wide receiver and finished at the basket like your favorite running back.
Absolutely, did a great job seeking out the contact right there as he does. Has the body to be able to take the pounding and goes right to the free throw line.
I just like the Grinch Kobe's. I mean, how dope are those shoes?
Yeah, some of the best shoes
I
made.
love them.
Yeah, absolutely.
Love them.
You can't go wrong with all Kobe's, in my opinion, on the court. All Kobe's are great. But those might be
nice,
top
though.
of the charts, right?
The Grinch, crazy. Can't go wrong with those.
You got a pair?
Couple pairs. Facts.
Ricochet gets the board. Collier misses both free throws.
You need some?
I'm not going to ask you or not, you
I
know.
got you.
Ricochet takes the contact, gets the shot off, fall. Can't get it to fall. Buchanan on the glass. Collier full speed ahead.
The ball has to have energy. Continue to move it around the perimeter until you get the look you want.
1 point game.
Steve Turner besides himself after that turnover. 11th for Team USA. Team World with the opportunity to take the lead. Good defense by Bronny. Ricochet. The fadeaway.
Not saying he can't take that shot, but there are better shots. So when you're forcing people to take shots they're not really comfortable with, that's a plus. And that's what we were talking about. Bronny in the right position, really forcing people to play uncomfortable.
Little calls for the high screen. Johnson from mid-range.
Beautiful.
And Team World takes the lead with under a minute to go here in the third. McCain gets it right back.
They come right back. You score a bucket, don't blink because they're coming right back at you. Team USA as Jared McCain gets the left-hand layup.
We'll likely get 2 possessions here, 30 seconds to go.
Ooh.
A block on Bronny.
Welcome back to the Nike Hoop Summit here in Portland, Oregon. Here with the Hall of Famer, my Georgia Tech buddy, and the ambassador of USA Basketball. How you doing, big fella?
Doing good, man. Come on, man. We in the gym watching basketball. It's nothing better, man.
How much fun is it to be around these young guys and give them great advice for the next level?
Well, you know what? First of all, I have to give all credit to USA Basketball. I mean, I've been a product of USAB since I was 17 years old. And so they just asked me to come out and just be a fly on the wall, kind of try to help these young guys aspire their dreams, you know. And I'm just here to, you know, offer some support, but most importantly, see them develop and see the next level and where they're going to go.
And with that being said, is there 1 or 2 guys you've been impressed with so far?
I mean, everybody. It's a great bunch of guys. You know, I haven't been around basketball that much in a long time. I've been, you know, taking care of the kids. And so to be around these guys and see that level, hanging out with guys from all over the country, you know, making new friends, but most importantly, playing at that elite level, you know, it's this excitement right before you make that leap, you know what I mean? And I think for all these young men and young ladies too, they're about to do it. So it's really exciting, man.
Last one for you. Does it ever get old hearing Chris Bosh, Hall of Famer?
No, it does not, man. You know, I'm still getting used to it. It's crazy, man. All I ever wanted to do was play basketball, man. And just to be a part of that. I mean, I was in Houston at the dinner and Bill Walton was giving a speech. talking about the 60s. You know what I mean? Like, that's crazy, man. And, you know, just to be around the true grace of the game, I'm just glad that I can take part in that. And I take that responsibility with respect. I try to make sure that we continue to make sure basketball grows and gets better with the next generation.
Love you and appreciate you.
Appreciate you, man. Go G-Tech.
All right, guys, the Hall of Famer himself, CB4.
The Basketball Hall of Famer Chris Bosh, but don't forget the Orlando Magic Hall of Famer 3D. Hey, what we've seen here at the start of the fourth quarter is typical DJ Wagner, right? He had 5 points coming into this fourth quarter. Remember the McDonald's All-American game? Didn't score until the third quarter. He is a guy that in a close game knows how to get you a bucket and will turn it on in crunch time.
I don't have a box score in front of me, but I do recall, I do believe 12 or 17 points coming just in the second half. So just how he's able to put his foot on the gas, just kind of fill the game out. Now, I don't think it should be waiting that long in order to do so, but the fact that he can just really score in bunches is really important.
And Booz, we got to give him credit for the type of baller he is. He won the McDonald's All-American game, co-MVP, and then we saw him the next day in Atlanta. He flew in and played in the Throne. Just an amazing kid that loves to hoop.
Yeah, I mean, that was an NBA schedule. You know, he played the game in Houston, was co-MVP with Isaiah Collier. His team actually won the ball game. Then he flew the next night, hit the game winner at the Throne in the opening night against Collier's team. And that was the NBA schedule right there. You go from Houston to Atlanta, got games back-to-back nights, and you showed up.
You hear that, scouts? You can trust them to play back-to-backs. That's what we learned.
Whew. And that's not a charter flight either. Got to see your son, though, in the Throne Championship. Second half was his time.
Yeah, the Twins played really well. They won the championship over there. Caden was carrying them in the first throughout the game, and then Cammy got hot late to secure a national championship for Columbus High School.
And the fight for that rebound, DJ Wagner gets it.
1 point game, guys.
Finds Shawstad looking for the shot. Wagner somehow gets that off. Looks like Nwako
Looking for a contact, I believe.
got hit in the face on that beat.
Yeah, I think he got hit in the nose.
Yep, I think he found it.
He found it. Well, he's got good vision. I don't know if he needs it. Right?
That's impressive.
No, seriously. If you can look on the ground, on the floor, on the hardwood, and find your contact that fast, I don't know if he needs it.
He's healed.
Check it out again. This is, clearly happens right there.
Maybe someone steps on it. We're not sure. Get a little solution. He'll be fine.
Might sting a little.
Dust it off a little bit. The game goes on.
And a great game we have here. Team World with the comeback. They were down by 14, and they take the lead 70-69, under 8 to play.
You know what's so cool about this? We're going back and forth, and coming into this game, you see the names on USA, and you automatically say, oh, we should be able to dominate this game, right? But I think just going back to the Redeem team and what you were able to learn, even from Kobe Bryant, as a stepping up and understanding how the world has evolved in this game, you guys had to change in order to understand how the world was playing. That's what this kind of feels like right now, too.
Yeah, I mean, they're making a huge comeback right now. The game is so global. It's everybody's game. And you see right here, as they attack the basket, everybody's evolved. The game has evolved.
Ooh!
Nice finish right there by Ron Holland.
Sweet finish. Holloway pushing the pace, and Baku, your game's leading scorer, can't connect there. Wagner right back at it. He's got numbers. And he finishes with that left hand.
Pace is picking up, guys. I love seeing it. They're going back and forth. And the lead keeps changing over as USA goes up by 3.
73-70, 7 minutes to go. Looking like it's going to be an incredible finish between these two star-studded teams. And Baku on the post, he's got the size advantage over Wagner. Fade away. McCain pulls the board down. McCain with space. Another Blue Devil. Hey there, Booze.
Great job right there on the weave right there. DJ throws it to Jerry, comes right to the elbow, knocks it down. Puts USA up by 5.
I like to see how many times this game has been tied or the lead changes at this point. And it's all been at the beginning of the fourth quarter.
Wagner in and out. Holloway is fouled on the way up. Team USA struggling from long range, Angel. That's really a big reason this one has remained close.
Kind of credit Holloway too, just knowing where his defender was and being able to rise up, but also take the contact. Smart plays to get you to the free throw line.
Team USA 3 for 19 from long range. Team World 7 for 15. And we have a one possession game.
World team putting on some pressure right here. Let's see how Team USA breaks it and see if they can get a little bucket right here.
So it's like the win and wear, right, Booze? Like knowing the temperature and how to get to your spot on the floor. What type of bucket can I get?
Holland in and out.
And that's a nice look. It's not a forced shot.
Ricochet.
Ooh, good move right there. A little
With the
slide.
sachet.
With that shot.
We've been waiting to say that, right? The sachet.
Hey.
McCain to the hole.
Two things, nice help, but on the other side, you also have, or nice take, but there has to be help on that weak side. Because they haven't proven that they can hit down the long ball for USA.
Ricochet. Too short. Bronny on the attack. Gets the open look. Cash. The clutch shot from Bronny James.
And that's what he does so well. He's a really good knockdown three-point shooter, as well as a terrific defender.
Holloway and Bronny forces the turnover. What we've seen, Angel, is in clutch situations, he's been able to step up. We saw it in the McDonald's All-American game. We're seeing it now here in the Nike Hoop Summit.
I think that's what really makes you clutch. It's like when you want the ball to make winning plays, when it really matters.
DJ Wagner, can you get me a bucket? No. Holland, way short. Every time it feels as if Team USA has the opportunity to pull away, they seem to miss that big opportunity. Team World still in it, down by 6, 4 minutes to go. The post work, and Waku gets it to go.
And they've even really set up their playing as well as far as executing their plays. It's very important for them. You've seen how they've been able to execute getting the ball on the block.
McCain. It did look as if it hit the backboard first.
Yeah, I would like to see the replay on that. Now, if it did hit the backboard, then that is a goaltending. You can't hit it after it hits the backboard.
And
it was
I don't
almost
know.
simultaneous.
It's hard to tell from that replay. Waku, back-to-back buckets.
So, Chris, that's what I was telling you. Just, you understand when a team is really searching and hunting for a shot, how to get to something right away. This look on the block, once again, back-to-back looks to Nwaku, to the rim, over the shoulder, gets the and one. That's easy money for him.
Fourth world player in double figures. He has 12 points. Hurricanes And getting a guy that they know can score in the post, can play above the rim, even when his contacts are out and he puts them back in.
You know, I want to know how USA's defense is going to change too, because with the FIBA rules, there is no defensive 3 seconds. So is there going to be a help? Is there going to be someone that's going to be able to dig down as well? What does that look like to get the ball out of his hands?
McCain to James.
Nice.
Great cut right there. The guard play of Team USA is so elite. They're doing a great job of finding each other.
Richachet with the response off. Buchanan with the board. McCain with the pump fake. Holland on the glass.
Wow.
And the putback.
Way to rebound outside your area and get a big bucket right there for Team USA.
Holland continues to be the most impactful player on the floor. The leading scorer in the game and for Team World. I think Duke's got another good one on their hands.
Yeah, I'm tired of talking about the Dukes. I'm just really upset that Taylor Bowen isn't playing in this game, going to Florida State with Coach Ham.
Here we go, the
I just want to hear a little bit more about the Seminoles. That's all I'm saying.
Love Coach Ham, man. Big fan of Coach Ham. And he needs some help, so looking forward to seeing him play in that uniform.
Aiden Holloway knocked down that 3, which would have been critical, making it a 2-possession game, but there was a foul on the screen. Bucket does not count. It remains a 7-point deficit for Team World. They absolutely need to stop. They are in a 2-3 zone. Team USA has been struggling to shoot from outside. Bronny James cannot connect. Aiden Holloway finds Richachet. He somehow gets it off and will head to the free throw line.
How did he get that through?
Talent.
10-point pass.
Look at that, absolute dime. So Richachet listed as potential top 10, top 5 pick in 2024. Will head to the free throw line to try to make this a 2-possession game with 2:27 to go. And I tell you what, Team USA 4 for 22 from long range. Bronny James had another good look there. Well, the collective bargaining agreement just was put on the table, and there's no more. They decided, 65 minimum games for players to win any award. But what's really interesting is the one-and-done rule remained in play. And 3D, there's a lot of things on the table here, but that seems to be a big deal in regarding the Nike Hoop Summit.
Yeah, there's a lot on the table, Chris, and I think we're still going to, work through it. One of the biggest things for me and Boozer as an ex-player, the in-season tournament. I think that's another, thing that a lot of guys are talking about. But once again, what I love about our NBA Boozers, we're always trying to fix things, be innovative, go to the next level. So some of these things we're going to like, some we're not going to like. Just like the play-in tournament. At first, I didn't like it. But think about it. When LeBron and AD and all those guys been hurt, if we didn't have the play-in tournament, the Lakers wouldn't have a chance to be in the playoffs this year. That's another one of those ideas that at first I wasn't crazy about, but all the excitement we're having this year in the NBA, now I love to play in it.
Yeah, it's very interesting. I think a lot of old school guys, 3D, not you obviously, but a lot of the older school guys don't like giving the losing teams a second chance to make the playoffs.
It should just be for 8. It shouldn't be 7. I agree with that one too.
Right. But obviously it's more games, more action for the fans. It's more games for the players as well. But there will be some things that are liked by players and some things that aren't liked by players. So I'm curious to see how the play-in tournament plays out down the line.
I think too, when you also bring in a team that may have injuries at the beginning of the season, are at a bit of a disadvantage. So trying to get healthy, maybe holding them out a little bit longer, knowing they have the back end to actually work themselves back into that tournament. But I think also too, the 65 game minimum. Are you a fan of that?
I thought it should have been 70.
Yeah.
I did, because Boozer, we're from the old school, man. It's like, if you healthy, go hoop.
Right.
Take care of your body, do the right thing on off days, and be ready to play. The best of really is what? Availability.
Yeah, I mean, I think there's a big difference in being hurt and being injured. If you're injured, obviously you can't go. But if you're hurt, we played through all of that back in the day. You know, a lot of teams now are doing the rest your players and the, no back-to-backs and things like that. That was common for us back in the day. So I'm actually excited about seeing the MVPs and all NBA players play 65 games at least to have a chance to not only to make that accolade, but also to make the extra bread.
I think Anthony Edwards said it too. He said, I'm going to suit up regardless. I think that was, obviously him being an elusive player and just what that means to the fans. Like, they're buying a ticket, they're coming to see you play, you're making millions and millions of dollars, but this is entertaining. They want to see you on the floor.
Absolutely.
If you can be on the floor.
An entertaining game here, under 2 to go. Team USA with the 6-point lead and possession. Buchanan had the throwdown. Working in the post. 5 seconds on the shot clock. Wagner puts it up. And a huge hustle play for Team USA. Holland, Buchanan combined to get that offensive rebound. Collier to the bucket. And Team USA will retain possession one more time. Huge clock-eating situation for Team USA here. Buchanan. 8 seconds to go. Wagner out of bounds with 49 seconds to go. But Angel, you know how important time is here. They took a lot of time off the clock with those offensive rebounds.
That is true. I think at the end of the day, though, you got to think next play. So getting a stop here, but also, what are you looking for the world team? An easy bucket. You got some time. You don't need a three.
Johnson to the hole. Air ball. Waku inside.
Oh!
Emphatically inflexes.
Bang, bang!
6-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. 4-point game. They choose to foul Holland, who has been impeccable at the free throw line.
Which is very interesting, too, because Collier was asking for the ball. Now, I do think they had one to give, so where are they at this point? But start looking at who's been a player that has been a little bit streaky from the free throw line.
Another foul. Buchanan fouled in that situation.
So, Angel, what you're saying is you would let Isaiah get the ball and make him earn it at the line.
Absolutely.
Okay.
And he's asking for the ball.
Coach has taken Isaiah out the game.
Okay.
Put in Jared McCain.
So you think we're going to see a little bit of offense, defense?
I think so.
All right.
2-possession game.
Yes.
Free throws are clutch, huge right now. My man Chris would knock these down.
Absolutely.
Miles or Chris Bosh?
All right, guys, you're right on point. I'm sitting here listening to Coach Steve. It's offense, defense. Jared McCain and Isaiah Clark. Here comes Isaiah right on cue. Old school basketball right here, Boozer.
But it's something to think about. Think about it. Think about it as a point guard.
Oh.
As Jared McCain misses that free throw, you want to be able to trust the guy that you put the ball in his hands to knock down free throws. So make sure we get Isaiah over there with you with Shooter's Paradise.
That's right.
Before he gets to USC.
Get him locked in, baby.
The future Blue Devil misses both. Holloway with the ball. 17 seconds to go. Stojakovic from the corner is blocked. Oh! Little is blocked. Another block by Buchanan. 3 in a row. Holloway for 3. Off. Bronny James gets the rebound and is fouled and will head to the charity stripe with 5 seconds to go and his team up by 4. The opportunity to ice it.
plus 14 on the floor. Bronny James coming up with a huge stop.
Ooh, great job protecting the basket right there. Get the big rebound. You see this miss right here. Bronny James goes up and snags it, gets fouled. Now he's going to the free throw line. Great job by Team USA protecting the basket.
So there's starters and there's finishers. Bronny James didn't start this game, but he's finishing it.
That's a great point. Absolutely.
Ice water in the veins at the free throw line.
I think that's what 3D was asking too for the coaches. He was like, I don't really care about who's starting the game, who finishes for you, because the trust factor has to be there.
Bronny James, the 6th Team USA player in double figures. He now has 11. And with 5 seconds to go, he puts his team up by 6. And really, that feels as if that's all she wrote.
Yeah, unless Reggie Miller's coming back out here, I think the game is locked up and secure. They've been doing a terrific job defensively, so expect Team USA to make them take a contested shot and get the rebound.
No, Reggie's still at Wendy's.
I seen that commercial. Pretty good.
Oh, man. I wonder if Reggie could get some of that NIL money with all these commercials he's in, right?
I don't think he needs it.
I don't think so either. So, Angel, your impression on the final 2 minutes of this game, because it's been incredible, especially defensively when it matters most.
I think more than anything, you just realize why you love this game so much. Just this being a world game, seeing everyone from across the globe really competing. They gave us a show, and just seeing it go back and forth. We don't know how many times it's been tied or even what they've been able to do just going back and forth for the seesaw, but more than anything, it's just people making plays. Bronny making plays, Collier making plays, and when you can see champions being formed on this level, it's really exciting to witness.
You know, Booz, when you think of the opportunities at the end and the players that stepped up, I think of mostly defensive plays on both ends.
Yeah, that's what I'm most impressed with. That's also what college coaches and these NBA scouts that are here want to see. They want to see you compete on both sides of the ball. Are you making winning plays all over the court? And these guys are doing that tonight.
And Mako to inbounds. Stojakovic, a dead-eye shooter on the other side. And Richate underneath the basket. Johnson, defended by Bronny, kicks it out to Stojakovic. He's off, and that is your ball game. Team USA wins 90-84 in the 25th annual Nike Hoop Summit. So Team USA improves to 17-7 against Team World.
Yeah, great job tonight. They did a terrific job of playing defense, sharing the ball offensively. Got a big win for Team USA.
We know the last 5 and possibly 6 MVP trophies have come to international players, but still, we see the talent still winning on Team USA side, Angel.
I think more than anything, this was just fun. Like, how exciting is it when we can see this game? We're going back to the women's game for the inaugural game for the Nike Hoop Summit, but then also just seeing the brightest players and where the future of this game continues to be. I mean, at the end of the day, there has to be a winner, has to be a loser, but it was fun to call it with you guys.
And the father-son combos all over the floor. Bronny James finishing the game, making impact plays, making the free throws down the stretch, scoring in the fourth quarter. His dad looking proud at the end of this one, seeing Bronny James and Team USA win. Booz?
Absolutely, man. It's just, I think it's all the dads here. Obviously, Bronny's here, DJ's here, Wani's here. Yogi Stewart's in the building. It's Stojakovic is in the building. It's great to see all the legends here to watch their sons get down and get busy and win a big game.
Maybe they should move this event to Father's Day. And this is the way it's going to be.
Not a bad idea.
Oh, man.
Angel, what was you most impressed with today? We had the women's play, did a great job of showcasing their talent. Had the men play, they did a great job of showcasing their talent as well. What most impressed you today?
I think the level of scoring for the women, if you build it, they will come. And just seeing how they've been able to put a good product on the floor consistently and how we're finally able to see
Ready, guys.
the benefits of it is really, really cool. But I know Dennis has a couple of all-stars himself ready to break it down and really show us what they've been able to do.
All right, thanks, Angel. Coach, you talked about the defense. How'd you like it in the second half?
It wasn't all the way where it was in the beginning of the game, but we did the things we needed to do to be able to win down the stretch. And when you got a warrior like this dude over here, number 11, man, he makes things happen.
How much fun for you? You've been in this for a long time now to see guys execute down the stretch and get wins.
Well, that's the way the game's got to be played. Too many times we watch everybody want to play one-on-one ISO ball. When we decided to lock in and share the ball, get downhill, make plays for ourselves and others, we were at our best.
All right, thanks, Coach. Ron, you're all over the floor, steals, blocking shots. Take me through the energy you had tonight.
Really, I'm trying to represent my country well, and I couldn't ask for a better team than that. Really, every time I get on the floor, I'm trying to show that I'm the hardest player ever. I feel like every time I work on my game, I'm just trying to figure out. I'm trying to maintain ability to showcase my work that I put in the gym, but I'm really just showing all the energy and effort that I'm trying to put in.
With all that being said, how tough is it with all this talent comes together, different high schools, different skill sets, but you guys on one page try to get a big win tonight?
It's very tough knowing that some people got egos and some don't, but knowing that we got to get the job done because we all trying to win one thing as a team. It's really tough, but we got the job done.
All right, high school's done now. You're getting ready for Texas. How excited are you about that?
Very excited. I'm going to go home, get a little rest, about a week off, and I'm back in the gym getting ready for UT.
Well, I like what I see. Keep doing what you do.
Yes, sir. Thank you.